If I'm on a product design team, I can use Team Platform to manage the product and act as a design hub. I'm going to log into my account. Now that I'm in, I can see some of the workspaces that are involved in the product that we're designing. Let's take a look at a couple of these, give you an idea of what kind of project we're working on. A report showing some of the stresses. You can zoom in and check those out in a lot of detail. We also have an aerodynamics simulation. Look at it in 3D directly inside of the web browser. We'll be able to open up any kind of CAD file like a CATIA, UGNX, IGES, part or assembly. All right, what I want to do now is create a new workspace for a new branch of this project, and that's going to be the vector thrust engine, and I'm going to add this new workspace to Team Platform. Now that I have that workspace up, I'm going to jump over to the Files tab and start to upload some of the CAD files. I'm going to drag and drop these, and as those start uploading, I'll just grab a cup of coffee. Alright, now that all the files have been uploaded, I can see that I'm looking at the files in thumbnail view. I've also got the ability to look at the files in a list view and property view. When I open up any of the files, Team Platform tells me their specific custom properties or metadata of the file. I can zoom in order to check out some of the geometry from some of these standard views. Since this is an assembly, I can look at the assembly references. I've got a trace of the full parts list. In this case, I'm not missing any parts. If I were, Team Platform would let me know. And I've got access to an assembly tree. Okay, this assembly tree is showing me all of the parts of the assembly. If I had sub-assemblies, I'd have nested assemblies here. And I have the ability to choose property columns to show in the table. If I hover my mouse over any of these files, I can see a preview. I can also click on them, open up the 3D view of the model. Right in the browser, just using WebGL, I can open, rotate, pan, zoom in, zoom out, even explode parts to take a look at them in different perspectives and in different views. We've got a lot shown in the properties table, so there's a lot of custom properties, and really if I zoom out, I can start to understand what's going on with this assembly. Definitely Team Platform is going to work better on a widescreen monitor in this case. Alright, back in the Files tab, we've got the files set up. They're all in the Home folder. I can add comments on any of the files. High tolerance, machined part, and let the other people that I share this workspace with know what I'm thinking about the project. Alright, I think it'd be a good time to share this workspace with other people. Sharing is as easy as sending an email. I can enter new people, Acme, at acme.com. All I have to do is enter in his email. If he doesn't have a Team Platform account, he's going to be given a Team Platform account automatically. It's free, there's no cost. It's one click to get in and get involved in a workspace. Let me jump over to Manage Team, and we'll take a look at the team that I have set up. My guests span a few different teams: Proto Tool, Acme. I'm working with some 3D scanning and 3D printing companies. I also have some freelancers that are using free accounts to work with me on the product design. I've defined a couple of groups. I've got Calgary team, a California group, Controls and Electronics. I'm going to invite the FEA and CFD team. That's as easy as typing in an email, or in this case, typing in a group name. Alright, now that we have some people invited to the workspace, I'm going to jump over to the Tasks section and start to assign a few different tasks to people in the workspace. The design review, I'm going to assign that to the MAD designer. That's going to be myself. Or some FEA analysis to Jake, and I want that to be done on Friday. So I can set that there. I'm going to assign a aero analysis to Eric on Tuesday. Long lead time components to free TP by Tuesday. I'm going to get a quote for a high accuracy machining of TI, and I'm going to assign that to myself by Monday. Every person is going to get an email in their inbox, and so basically everybody's going to be notified of anything that's happening inside of the workspace. We've got a calendar built into Team Platform. We can look at the entire project. If we think that we need to move the date and change the schedule, we can do that, but I think it's probably okay, so let's just move them right back. What if I want to share just a couple of files to the outside world? Is there a way to share information in the workspace without inviting them to the entire workspace? I actually want to share this with a couple of machinists so I can get a quote. This is a high tolerance part, so I want to make sure that I'm not getting ripped off. It's going to take this individual file and it's going to send it to a page. I can send this link immediately to any of my suppliers. I'm basically providing a window into the workspace They can enter the password. They'll see the files. They can upload a quote here. In order to share a few more thoughts on the project, I'm going to create a new page. So we've got a link to a web page. We've got an embedded video. And we've got some notes that we can add to and build upon. If there's any important updates, I'll get an email. Let's click the link. I'm not sure exactly what this is, so I'm going to say it looks good. Can't wait to see more. I can look at the tasks. There has been a lot done. The FEA analysis appears to be done. I know that Eric has started on the aerodynamic analysis, and we can see some of the updates in terms of activity history. Free TPs completed long lead time components. Jake says stress limits and structure looks good. There's been a quote updated for the machining the nozzle. Free TPs working on a build materials to make sure that the long lead time components are taken care of. And I actually now have two different quotes. And internally I have completed the design review. So let's say that's completed. Just wait for the last two guys to finish their jobs, and then we can move on to some other milestones. Now if we take a look back at the workspace list, I can see all of the projects that are going on. I can narrow down to different teams that I'm working with. Proto Tool, Acme. I'm doing some projects with 3D printing companies too. So I'm basically able to manage projects and my relationships with multiple partners right here inside a team platform.